So as many of you know from before the launch of the game, I have been the biggest Clara fan purely due to the fact that she has Svarog, who's a massive mech that protects her and essentially does everything. She's there. If she gets hit, he protects her. If she attacks, he attacks. It's probably one of the coolest characters I've seen in a game, and I thoroughly enjoy it, especially in a game where a lot of the characters are just standard humanoid models. I love having a big ass mech that I can stomp around with, but it's not just because of that. She's actually a crazy unit, and in today's video, this is not going to be a Clara guide. I've seen a lot of stuff with Clara and a lot of different ways to play her, so I want to hold out and give a really in-depth guide in the future once I've tested her more, because like I said, she's a unique character with the revenge playstyle. She can be used as a DPS. She can also be used as a tank. And when I do a guide, I want to have more concise information. But in this one, we're going to look into how broken she is in the simulated universe, where she can just straight up solo it. Now, I'm going to go through basically what I did in this. I'll show you my Clara's build and stuff like that, all her relics and traces and whatnot. And then I'll show you a bit of the run that we did to completely solo through the entire thing of the simulated universe in World 3 difficulty 2, because World 3 is the one that I like farming. I just like the planet ornaments that it drops. But yeah, let's get into it. First of all, if you haven't seen Clara's idle animation, is that not the cutest thing ever with Svarog doing the twirl with her? I absolutely love it. But the first thing we'll do is we'll jump over into the achievements and just show you they've actually made achievements in the game for this, which I find pretty cool. So the universe in a nutshell, I believe it is. It should be some of these, but I don't collect these. They need a collect all button for me to do it. But here it is. So clear simulated universe at difficulty 2 or higher with one character in the team. We also managed to get difficulty 2 without using the downloader, and also clear simulated universe difficulty 2 or above with all allies above with full HP at the end of every battle. That was because we picked up the one for our first blessing. That was the one that heals you when you kill an enemy. So we just ended up at full every battle. Anyway, but let's go into my build for Clara. So those that don't know Clara, essentially what she does is she has this talent, and basically whenever she's attacked, she's going to revenge, or Svarog's going to revenge the enemy. Now, her ultimate gives her an increased chance to be attacked. It gives her some mitigation, but it also enhances the revenge to make it deal more damage and become an AoE revenge. And her skill is going to do AoE damage across the board and do more damage if they have been revenged on before, because when they get revenged on, they have a mark of Svarog, which then gets removed unless you have her at E1, and then it doesn't get removed. That is the basics. Essentially, what she does is she stands there and she revenges people when they hit her, and then she does AoE on her turn. That's pretty much the gist of it. So let's go into my traces. So as you can see, I'm level 57 with mine. My traces are maxed out for level 57, everything that you can get, because, you know, Clara and Svarog, just the best character in the game, so why not go full investment on them? That was my my idea with them. Then we go into the relics. Now, the relics, they're not the greatest relics. In general play, I'd like to have her on speed, but for this attack was fine because I was worried about not doing enough damage and also taking too much damage, so I dropped the speed and I went with this. Plus, I don't have a 5-star speed boots for her, so that's that one. Just on the physical set to get the physical damage, get that attack buff, which stacks super quick with her, because when she's attacked, she gets attacked a lot, especially in this sort of thing. As we go into the chest, I've just got a crit rate chest on it. Honestly, it's pretty average. Lucky it rolled a few into attack to make me feel better about it, but hey, I just haven't had quite the luck on the Clara gear. Then we go into the gloves, and we got 2 speed, 18 crit damage. Honestly, I was pretty happy with that at level 12. And then for the headpiece, we've got 14% attack and 5% and almost 6% crit rate, plus a little bit of break effect and a little bit of defense. Honestly, the cool thing with Clara is, depending on how you play her, she has a lot of useful stats. Even all the defensive stats are useful on her, depending if you're using her as a tank. So, you know, she's one of those ones that, yeah, if I want to go max damage, I haven't had the best rolls, but in general, there's no real bad roll unless you're going for a pure DPS Clara. Then there are bad rolls, which are the defensive ones. But hey, let's go over here. This one's just a 4-star orb because it's all I had. I don't even have one with physical damage on it. I got wind damage. And then over here, As you can see, I hadn't really run Simulated Universe before this, so I've just run through and done it all there. But this one I got the HP percent on because it was the only relic that I had for this slot. There was a 5-star, and I decided some survival was nice. Plus, it had some crit rate, some speed, and some extra survival with the defense. So that's what I ended up throwing on her. And when we look at the path that we took in the Simulated Universe, like I said, we did World 3 on difficulty 2, and we just took the Clara. Now, the path, I think you could do this 2 ways. I went with the Abundance. The reason being, with the Abundance, which one is it? Yeah, so this is the enhancement I wanted to get. I wanted to get to 7 blessings and then get this enhancement. After the path resonance energy consumed, basically I'm not going to read it because this is stupid. After you use the resonance, it goes in as a character in the turn order essentially, and every time its turn comes around, it heals you for 30% less than the actual resonance does. It's completely busted. It keeps you topped up pretty well. One of the blessings that's going to be really vital for this for Clara, I mean, if you have her light cone and it's got the healing involved, maybe it's not as important, but for me, this one was a must have. I got it eventually, and this one makes it a lot easier. Once again, sorry for the red dots. I just hate collecting these things because they're so slow to collect. After the character launches a follow-up attack, it heals them. This one's very important for keeping her alive, and that's why I say with this one, maybe you could go for this elation path and still do it without the healing, and you could clear it quicker. But I just wanted to guarantee myself the healing with that, the Blessing of Abundance that basically just keeps you topped off all the time. So maybe a bit of overhealing involved. But besides that, once I get to my 7 blessings of abundance, basically I just look to the elation and try and get them. There's some really good destruction ones as well that you can get. I had this one here, which stacks up that fighting spirit. And this one is huge for her because she's getting attacked a lot. So she ends up at max stacks of fighting spirit, which is like 35 times. So she gets massive attack and defense. And this one is huge if you can get it, because then she just she does massive damage and takes Jackal, and she just absolutely shreds through things. So that's a really nice one. And then, some of the elation ones aren't too bad. Like this one, if you enhance it, you just get 55% follow-up attack damage. Her ult doesn't deal damage, but it doesn't matter. She's still getting that 55% increase. But in general, like I said, you just need some survival and then a bit of damage, and you should be pretty good to cruise through with Clara. Like I said, mine is well traced up. The gear's not the greatest gear, but I have leveled it up to a decent level with everything at 12 besides that one that's trash. And that's pretty much all I needed, and I could run through. So let's jump in and take a look at the battle.
Target ahead.
On my command.
Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
Stay focused.
Are you all right? Is your command?
Okay.
Is your command? Hide.
In the name of preservation.
Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
Annihilate.
Not a step closer.
Is your command? Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Is your command? Stay back, Clara. Hide.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
On my command.
Is your command?
Look out!
This ends here.
Is your command? Eliminating.
Time to finish this.
Stay back, Clara. Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Stay back, Clara.
Help me, Mr. Sora! Look out!
Stay focused. In the name of preservation.
Is your command? Annihilate. Eliminating.
Not a step closer.
Stay back, Clara.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
Is your command? Hide.
Stay focused. On my command. This ends here.
Is your command? Stay back, Clara. Are you all right? Stay back, Clara.
We're not done yet. In In the name of preservation!
Stay back, Clara.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
Annihilate. Mission command. Mission command. Stay back, Clara.
This ends here!
Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara.
In the name of preservation!
Stay back, Clara.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
Hide. Are you all right? Mission command.
Hey!
Time to finish this!
Mission command. Stay back, Clara.
This ends here!
Stay back, Clara.
Look out! Help me, Mr. Sora!
Mission command.
Stay focused! In the name of preservation!
Mission command. Eliminating threat.
Seize the initiative! Not a step closer!
Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
Annihilate. Mission command. Mission command.
In the name of preservation!
Stay back, Clara.
Look out! Help me, Mr. Sora!
Not a step closer!
Mission command. Mission command.
Stay focused!
Hide. Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara.
On my command! Not a step closer!
Stay back, Clara.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
Just give it up!
Mission command. Are you all right?
I'm okay!
Annihilate.
We're not done yet! This ends here!
Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
Are you all right? Mission command.
Time to finish this!
Mission command. Stay back, Clara.
Just give it up!
Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
Eliminating threat.
Not a step closer!
Mission command.
This ends here!
Mission command. Are you all right? Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara. Hide.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
Time to finish this!
Mission command.
In the name of preservation!
Mission command.
Just give it up!
Stay back, Clara.
Stay focused! Not a step closer!
Stay back, Clara. Are you all right?
I'm okay! Help me, Mr. Sora!
Mission command.
Time to finish this!
Mission command. Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
Just give it up!
Mission command. Eliminating threat.
On my command! Time to finish this!
Mission command.
Never!
I hope I helped.